I often think that the night is livelier and richer in color than the day. I know for a fact that I have an instinct for color, and the more I will remember that painting resides in my bone marrow. I don't know if I can send the postman as I feel. Unfortunately, he can't pose, and painting demands a smart model. I've never felt the desire, and I don't believe I ever will, to bring the public to my work. A certain popularity seems to me the least desirable thing. I put my heart and soul into my work, and have lost my mind in the process. And then, I have nature and art and poetry, and if that is not enough, what is enough? And in a picture I want to say something comforting, because music is entertaining. I'm now painting with all the Marseillaise soup stew, which won't surprise you when I tell you I painted a large sunflower. An idea? To decorate the studio, there's now hope that Gogh lives here. I shot a dozen panels of sunflowers in a room that I set aside for Gogh. To work and become an artist, one needs love. At the very least, one who wants sentiment in his work must first feel it for himself, and live with his heart. A good image equals a good deed. An artist does not need to be a pastor or church overseer, but he certainly must have a warm heart for his fellow men. Try to go as far as possible, and keep your love for nature, because that's the real way to learn to understand art more and more. Painters understand nature and love it and teach us to see it. If one really loves nature, one can find beauty everywhere. Seeing that I'm so busy with myself right now, I wanted to try painting a portrait of myself in writing. What is drawing? It works itself through an invisible iron wall that seems to stand between what is felt and what can be done. There may come a time in life when a person is tired of everything and feels as if everything he does is wrong, and there may be some truth in it. Do you think this is a feeling that should be forgotten and discarded, or is it a longing for God, which one not to fear, but appreciate to see if it can do us any good? Is it the longing for God that leads us to make choices we will never regret? Let us remain courageous and seek to be patient and gentle. I have to keep on following the path I'm taking now. If I don't do anything, if I learn nothing, if I stop looking, then, woe to me, I'm lost. That's how I see it. Keep going what happens. But what is your ultimate goal? You may ask. That goal will become clearer, will emerge slowly but surely, just as a rough draft turns into a sketch, and a sketch into a painting through the serious work done on it, through the elaboration of vague ideas original vague and through the consolidation of fleeting thoughts and passes. I started painting again, although I could barely hold a brush, but knowing exactly what I wanted to paint, I started 3 large canvases, a large wheat field under a cloudy sky, and it didn't take much to express sadness and loneliness. I believe these paintings say words cannot. If a person experiences such an encounter, it is hoped that it will bring him into conflict, especially conflict with himself, because a person sometimes literally does not know what to do or what not to do. Someone does. Isn't it better, and doesn't that develop us more than if we systematically distance ourselves from emotions? I was already astonished when I compared my condition today to the situation a month ago. Before that I knew quite well that one can break a person's leg and arm and recover afterward, but I had no idea that you could break the brain in your head and recover from it. That is, too. Doing small things well is a step towards doing big things better. As we progress in life, it becomes more and more difficult, but in resisting adversity, the innermost strength of the heart is developed. I want to create images that touch some people. In any image or landscape I want to express, not sentimental melancholy, but serious sadness. How rich is art! If one could only remember what he had seen, he was never empty of thought or truly lonely, never alone. If a man does not own a horse, he is his own horse. Let life be beautiful like summer flowers and death like autumn leaves. Rabindranath Tagore. How simple is death, as simple as the fall of autumn leaves. The human heart is very similar to the sea. It has storms, it has its ups and downs, and in its depths it has pearls too. That awareness of my own mistakes will prevent me from making many mistakes does not change the fact that I will certainly make many mistakes. But if we fall, we get up again. Just as reading a book is like looking at pictures, one should, without doubt, without hesitation, with certainty, admire what is beautiful. I really want to make beautiful things. But beautiful things take effort, disappointment, and persistence. For me, I don't know anything for sure, but seeing the stars makes me dream. The fishermen knew that the sea was dangerous and the storm was fierce, but they never found enough reason to stay ashore. I hope they will accept me for who I am. You can't be at the poles and the equator at the same time. You have to choose your own path, as I expected, and it will probably be colorful. Find as many beautiful things as you can. Most people find too few beautiful. The more I think about it, the more I realize that there is nothing more artistic than loving someone else.